A good evening to each and every one of you. A fantastic evening to each and every one of you guys. Welcome in the ring. We trust that you have had a fantastic day wherever you are around the world, guys. What have you found to do today? Whether you went to work, you stayed at home, or you were at play. Welcome in the ring. Really trust you guys have had a great day. Thanks for joining us here. Good to have so many of you pouring in already, guys. Pouring in already. Kesh Sharma is already here. Joan Stephanie is here. JG says pace and power. Good to see you, JG. And Denise Samuel. Shalon Joseph is here as well. Barbara Vaughn is here too. And Pollyann Schultz. I see Lavorde Harcher and Kelman is here. Yonat Benjamin. Paulette Hardeen is here as well. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Good to see you. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Folks, I love this bell. Some folks love it as well. Some people hate it with a passion. Good to see every one of you. We like to disturb our neighbors. Good to have you guys here. Leonard Jacobs, Caleb Wilson. Good to see you. I see Shaboni Semple is here. I see Richard Fordyce as well. Stacy Isaacs and John Raymond. Guys, we're so privileged. So very privileged to have each and every one of you. We came on just a couple minutes early, giving you guys some early time, not even overtime, giving you guys some early time. Good to have you guys wherever you're joining us from. Some folks joining us from Tampa, Florida in the house. Some folks just saying hi. Gene Bond, pace and power. Good to have you guys ringside. Is it Stephen Monroe and Pinky Vaughn, Jermaine Osborne? Guys, we're really happy to see all of you, and we couldn't ask by any measure for any better company than you guys. Let us know if you're reading the audio well. Good to see each and every one of you. Pace and power, guys. Pace and power. Good to see you, Leonard Joseph. Good to see you guys. Paula Benjamin. Good to see you guys. What kind of day have you guys had? What kind of day have you guys had? Good to see each and every one of you. Couldn't ask for a better crowd, guy. Could not ask for a better crowd. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. I'm ready for pace and power. I got the fight card ready to go. Got the fight card ready to go. Got the fight card ready to go, guys. You see, I'm ready. Where are you guys? Ready. Where are you guys? The fight card is up. Ready to go. Carl Miller, Jackie Baird, ready to go. Orvin Don Cook, ready to go. Orvin Don Cook, ready to go. Orvin Don Cook, ready to go. Take your time and peel your pine. We got this, guys. Leonard Jacobs, where are you folks? Be sharing the live stream or not? Coming up, folks, we got Khemraj Ramjattan is going to be joining us, the Honorable Member of Parliament. We're talking about this conference, folks. We're talking about this conference, aka the Sex Talk Forum, We're talking about this conference. We're talking about it. Coming up, guys, the one and only Khemraj Ramjattan is going to be joining us. And I'm so excited to talk with Khemraj this evening. So excited, so excited to talk with Khemraj. Coming up, guys, the man himself. The man himself will be joining us. Good to see each and every one of you. Wilton Blue, we see you. Wilton Blue and all the other folks. Diane and Deborah, good to see you guys. Good to see all of you guys here with us this evening. Where are you folks? We right there, we right there, just waiting for y'all. Just waiting for you wonderful, beautiful folks. Where are you guys? Good to see each and every one of you with us. Carol Hudson and all you beautiful folks. Good to see you guys. We're going to move quickly, swiftly, guys. Quickly and swiftly. That's how we're going to go. That's how we're going to do it. Good to have you guys here with us. We couldn't ask for more. Could not ask for more. Good to have you guys with us. Good to have you guys here with us. And we are fired up and ready to go, guys. Ensuring everything is set. We're set. See why we came on early? Donna Barry and Everett Small, Horace Thomas. Oh my, good to see you folks. Bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. Bang, 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 people. Bang, bang. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see each and every one of you guys. Andrew Cuthbert and Lynette Joseph. All of you fantastic, beautiful folks. Bang, 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 bang. Ping, pang, ping. Good to have you guys. The fight is about to start. Ping, pang, ping, pang, ping, pang, ping. Y'all get so worried so quickly, guys. We got y'all covered. We got y'all covered. Ping, pang, ping, pang, ping, pang, ping. Ping, pang, ping. Good to see you guys. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. We couldn't ask for a better crowd. We could not ask for a better crowd, guy. Did you hear that? Ping, pang, ping, pang, ping, pang, ping. Nothing's wrong with our song, folks. We are fired up and we are ready to go. Aren't you guys hearing us loud and clear? Aren't you guys hearing us loud and clear? Oriana Lord and Melinda Melinda says school calling. That's right. The fight school, Wilma Grant. Exactly right. Marilyn Thomas. We see each and every one of you guys share the live stream wherever you fantastic folks are joining us from around the world this evening. Ping, pang, ping. Bang, bing, bang, bing. That's the song to the bell for the ring, folks. When they think it's school calling or it's fight time. Good to have each and every one of you here with us. We couldn't ask for a better audience, guys. We couldn't ask for more. Love having you guys here with us. Love, 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 love having each and every one of you here with us, guys. And as you come into the fight stream, we ask you guys to share. We want to see those emojis as well. Coming up, we got Khemraj Ramjattan is going to be joining us. Coming up, the man himself will be joining us. Khemraj Ramjattan, we're talking about oil and gas. We're talking about the week that has passed. You know, they brought the curtains down on the International Energy Conference and Expo. Well, the Expo part's still lingering a bit longer. But the conference, the curtains came down on the conference this evening. Maya gone, Mia gone, Ado gone, Santoki gone. It's just we here. We in the Jagabats and the trenches. But good to see each and every one of you. Coming up, folks, Khemraj Ramjattan himself, and I don't know about you, but I'm fired up and ready to go. Ready to get to the fight card, guys. And here's what we have for you. We're starting internationally. We got some international news, folks, on that front, on that front, on that front. Some international news. Yep. And some good news as well. Look what's happening here, folks, as we focus on some health matters. As we draw our focus, guys, to some health matters, HIV has had some breakthrough. There's been some breakthrough in the treatment of HIV, and the doctors say, those who are familiar with this, they say there's been some promising signs, and here's a bit of that, guys. Here's why we have promising signs. They're telling us that in a promising breakthrough treatment, a woman has been cured of HIV through a transplant using umbilical cord blood. The woman who was diagnosed with HIV in 2013 and acute melanogenous lymphoma in 2017, this is cancer, was treated with a transplant of the umbilical cord, guys, of the umbilical cord. Yep, that's what they're telling us here. Treatment of the umbilical cord, finding my way back in the notes, stem cell from the partially matched blood donor and blood from an adult relative. And so we are very happy. It's a tremendous day for science, folks. What was once thought impossible, what was once thought elusive, folks, is within our grasp. And so the guys there, the scientists, are still working on this. The scientists are still working, and very soon, I think, again, within our lifetime, is a lot of work they're putting in here. They're still saying this kind of treatment is very, very risky based on what they have to do and all of that. But I think this promising sign, and the guys are definitely moving in the right direction. And so, you know, we look forward to the science and how this is going to advance to all of our betterment. And for all of those folks who suffer in this way with HIV and AIDS, I'm certain a little more hope, a little more silver lining in the dark clouds, in the gray clouds. And that's what's happening on the international front, folks. But closer to home, around the region, folks, they're different in Jamaica. The folks are different in Jamaica, and we're hoping that the guys at our end take some notes. This is the police force. These guys I'm talking about. The Guyana police force, because for Valentine, we're still in the week, we ain't gone far. Valentine was just the other day, and some of you still got gifts to buy. Some of you still got presents to buy, because some of you with your spouse a little long, you think you're not going to celebrate Valentine's anymore. Any woman tell you she ain't like Valentine's, don't take setup. Don't take setup. The Jamaica Constabulary, they didn't take in setup. And the police force in Guyana can learn a thing or two from these guys. The Jamaica Constabulary came out. They camed it out, folks. They camed it out. They camed it out for Valentine's. And in their own unique way, they're going after the fellas. They're going after them boys. It's only we here, And that is why we say to the Guyana police force, and we've said it here before, we got some good folks in the force. We got some good folks in the force. We got some bad eggs, and we saw a couple of them quite recently on full display. And so take a page out of the Jamaicans' books, guys. Take a page. I got plenty of books there. Take just one page. You gotta take everything. Take a page. Take a listen.
Some may prefer chocolates and roses for this Valentine, but we are into law and order. Celebrate love better this year by giving up the criminals in your community. We know you know them.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Let's lessen our violent experiences, live our values every day, and leave out violence every time. It's time for love.
It's time for love. That's what the Jamaica Constabulary is saying. Give us the wanted men. It is time for love. Wasn't that creative? We can borrow a couple of things there. They might have gone by very fast for some of you. Let me run it one more time. Let us run it one more time for you guys. Slow down. Pay attention now. Listen and look and learn.
Some may prefer chocolates and roses for this Valentine, but we are into law and order. Celebrate love better this year by giving up the criminals in your community. We know you know them.
Hello, is it me you're looking for?
Let's lessen our violent experiences, live our values every day, and leave out violence every time. It's time for love.
Folks, you gotta give the Guyana police force the wanted men. Give the Guyana police force the wanted men. The trouble we got here is that some of the people in the police force wanted themselves. Some of them wanted, folks. So, kudos to the Jamaican Constabulary, the Jamaica Constabulary there. Very, very creative in how they're going after criminals. Very, very creative. Again, folks, in how they're going after criminals. And you think they were finished there, guys? They were not finished there. They're finished there. Look at this piece here. We saw this and we had to share it with you. This is the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The Jamaica Constabulary Force. Again, attention gangsters. Report your rivals. Call Crime Stop 311 and NIB at 811. The GPF can take note of this. Take notice. GPF, take notice. Gangsters, give up your rivals. Report your rivals. Very, very creative. I know some of you can call the police force now and rat out on some people. Attention gangsters. Attention gangsters. Give up your rival. That's the encouragement. Some of you can put yourself in problems. Some of you can put yourself in problems, guys. Give up your rivals. Attention gangsters. That is for gangsters. We big, but we got sense. We big, but we ain't stupid. Right? We big. We got BH. I nice look little thing. Right? I nice look little fresh. Like some of you folks. I nice look little fresh like some of you. Yep. Like Lynette Joseph and Jackie Beard and Lynette Jacobs. I look fresh. I admit that. And y'all know that too. I look and I smell good. But we big. We're big, but we ain't stupid. We big and we got sense. Bing, bang, bing. Ping, ping. Folks, what Frank Anthony trying with us? The government give up on COVID. We told you all that. They give up. They lift the curfew now. They done with the pretenses. They give up. They lift the curfew. Everybody slack up on the rules, the regulations, the protocols. We slack up on that. And so when we saw this recently, amid this COVID surge, we said, we beg, Frank, we beg, but we ship it. So this is what Frank Anthony telling us now. This is what Frank Anthony telling us. That folks can self-test very soon. They're telling us, if the tests aren't already on the market, the tests are going to be on the market. Folks, who share the live stream so we can get this valid and credible information out there. Bing, bang, bing, ping, ping, ping. Frank, I want to sing a song for you, but I want to sing the song for you. Bing, bang, bing, ping, ping, ping. We beg. So Frank telling us this evening, guys, that we can self-test, but you don't have to tell us if you're COVID positive. That boy said, they give up, they overwhelm. We want to know. If you're COVID positive, we don't want to know. So the tests, apparently, they're going to be on the market shortly. They self-testing. You could buy one or get one free, go home and test yourself. But Frank said, if you're positive, we don't want to know. Folks, y'all understand where we are this evening? We beg. Frank, we beg. We got we age. We're looking good still. Bob, Annie, and Melville Schultz, and Laverne Cameron, Nikki Innes, Claudine LaRose, Duke all the way from Kokwani. We beg. Probably you know that. You accept that. But we got sense. Bing, bang, bing. I want to sing a song for Frank, though. I want to sing a song for Frank. Guys, do we have that song? Do we have that song, guys? Ping, 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 bang, bing. Ping, 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 bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing. I really want to sing a song for Frank, though. Frank, don't tell me tonight. Ping, 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 bing, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing. Frank, we beg, Frank. Frank, we beg. I want to tell you that we beg, but we got sense. Test, but don't tell me. Right? Test, but don't tell me. Don't ask, don't tell. That's the rule now. That is the government COVID policy. Don't ask, don't tell. Take your COVID test, we want to know. Go home and die. Ping, pang, ping, ping, pang, ping, bing, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing, ping, ping, ping. I really want to tell Frank a couple things, But I can let Frank for later. Folks, we share the live stream tonight, are we playing? We want to see some of those emojis as well. Bing, 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 ping, pang, ping, ping, pang, ping. Frank, we beg. Folks, play the song that I want to tell Frank. Bing, bang, bing, bing, bang, bing. Bing, bang, bing, ping, 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 ping. We beg, Frank. We beg. Y'all like song, Y'all like song. We know we're doing it. Y'all like song. Folks, share the live stream. Frank trying to make me something. We ain't taking it. We ain't having it, guys. Moving on to the fight card. Things tight. Y'all know that everything gone up. Dog food, the people tell me gone up. Dog food, the scraps you used to throw away. Even that, the man on the street said gone up. And them boys ain't taking it, sir. So. Things tight, guys. How tight? That's the only question we gotta ask. Things gone up. Folks, we will make me to understand that this fella here, in one report next door to the mall, things are tight. They say the man run out of gas. Right? Things are tight. The man gone left the vehicle. Weeks now. The man just gone left the vehicle. And so the appeal is being made to whoever know the owner of PJJ 1930. The one who come over the vehicle 3 weeks now. The man vehicle just park up outside the mall. Right with run out of gas. We being made to understand that since that vehicle has been parked up, there's somebody got one of the wheels. Folks, we tell y'all, if you stand up too long in this country, they're gone with you. Darren Graves, Andy, Michelle McKay, if you stand up too long, Loretta Peters, Nicholson, they're gone with you. So the guy said the man run out of gas there. He run out of gas, he ain't got no money. when the next paycheck comes, the man just left the vehicle and gone. That's how we roll in this country. Just left the vehicle and gone. 3 weeks now, since that time, somebody gone with one of the tires. June Griffith, you come late, somebody got one of the tires. Things tight. Who's sharing the live stream for us, guys? Who can smash that emoji button for us? Let people get the valid, incredible information. Fitzherbert Jarrett, good to see you. Pace and power, respect and manners. Dakota Daniels, we see you as well. Elizabeth Williams, we see you too. Michelle McCain, Wendy Stephen. We're different in this country, you know. The Jamaicans different and we more different. So this was happening, guys, by Monrepo Mall. Things tight, the man just gone. He could have come. I will give you a little $1,000, buy a little gas. I can't afford more than that. A little $1,000 could have moved you, I'm certain, from point A to B. He might have gone to C and he got to get another $1,000 from somebody else. I can give you a little frack. The man just left the vehicle and gone. 3 weeks now. So folks, if you know the order of that vehicle, get in contact with him and let him know. We got $1,000 fee. The people want the vehicle moved. Moving on, folks. Things tight. How tight? How tight is tight? Folks, a man just sit down this morning in front of NCN. This is how things tight. Blocking traffic in front of NCN. People are despondent. They are dismayed. They got a sense of hopelessness. They don't know what is coming next. Folks, people just give up in some instances. So this man just found the place in front of the National Communications Network, NCN, on Homechurch Avenue. And like he just vexed. We tried to inquire what was his issue. Was it a protest? The folks said the man just come and sit down. It was just a kind of day. Block the whole NCN gate. He just come and sit down. He said, fed up. I fed up the oil conference, the energy conference and expo happening across town. I can't get in there. I'm feeling this oil economy. Things tight. I just gonna rest right here. They said the man blocked the gates, the gates for hours. For hours. The administrators there at NCN didn't know what to do. Administrators there at NCN and GPI, the man just sit down in the road. That's it. Things tight, folks. Things tight. How tight? That's how tight it tight. Who's sharing the live stream, folks, so we can spread this message wide and far? How tight things tight home here? Yeah? How things tight by you? How tight? How tight it tight by you? Things tight? Things so tight. Look what happening here. I told you across town, we got this energy conference and expo happening. And at the duty-free shop, the foreigners getting the duty off the things. But they say tomorrow is open to the public Friday. But the public, once this guy leaves, you got to pay market price. Things tight, things tight. This is how tight, folks. This is how tight at the duty-free shop. At the International Energy Conference and Expo. The foreigners who come in with the money, they get the duty-free. But the rest of the week, we got to pay market price. Things tight. Things tight. Don't matter all the flowery stuff they say there. How the economy going this and fastest growing economy and all of that. Things tight. The expo, quote unquote, is open to the public from tomorrow. Free of course, it's free. But when you're buying your goods there, you got to buy it at market prices. The foreigners, them boys that come from Texas and so on with all the money, right? All the oil money, they get in the duty free. But you and I in your own country, you see how things tight? Don't let anybody fool you. That is how things tight. Folks, we tell you all coming up. Right here on the program, we're going to be joined by the one and only Khemraj Ramjattan, and we're going to be talking all things oil and gas, energy conference and expo. I got some questions I want to ask you. But this Tech Talk Forum, aka a conference and an expo, I got a lot of questions to ask Khemraj. That's coming up, guys. Moving along on the fight card. Khemraj is going to be here with us shortly. But moving along on the fight card. Let's move along quickly so we can have our guests. Nice time. Nice time for some people. Right? Like those who don't have to pay the duty. But the rest of us is problems. It's nice time for some people. Nice time, folks. Mash is around the corner. Nice time. Nice time. We're gonna eat, drink, and be merry. But we're being made to understand that there will be no mash float parade. Some of y'all vex. Y'all like wind up and gyrate and so on. We don't take good less children this year. So that's happening. That's what's going down on that front. No float parade. No Mashomani float parade. But y'all got some other opportunities to wear the fancy clothes, the short pants, you know, the tight and sweet stuff and so forth to match the times. Because things tight. So there's no float parade And also, an update on that front, folks, they're telling us that only 3,000 fully vaccinated persons are going to be allowed to attend the MASH competition this year. The MASH competition, whether it's the soca finals or the calypso and all of those things, only 3,000 people. I want to see how they can manage it. I want to see people standing up at the gate and looking at the vaccination card for 3,000 people. You think it's going to go down like that? But that's what them boys telling me. We big. We big. Nice time though. We big, but we got sense. Nice time. So you still got some things to wear the fancy clothes to. But it's only 3,000 persons. That's what they're telling us. Folks who are helping us to share the live stream so that others can get the valid and credible information. Share. We want to see those emojis as well. And that's on the match front. Photo of the day. This is one of my favorite parts. I try not to interfere too much with what the producers put up. I want to be equally surprised. Let's see what they have for us this evening. Photo of the day. Oh, yes. What's happening here? I fast, guys. Who is this? Let me bring it up close. You see where you beg your eyes sticking. I see Aria Ali and the American ambassador, Sarah Ann Lynch, seem to be in a very, very having a moment here, guys. I want to know what this laugh was about. What was so funny, guys? Please tell us. Inquiring minds want to know what was so funny. Got to see Sarah Lynch letting her hair down though, along with the First Lady Aria Ali. Whatever. I don't know if it was the drinks talking though, because I see the ambassador got the glass in her hands. I don't know if it was the drinks take over at this point. It'll be interesting to know what the ambassador have in that wine glass. Is it a wine glass? Is it a champagne glass? Whatever glass it is. It will be interesting to know as a public figure. Is the ambassador drinking on the job? Or these are after hours? Be interesting to know. Maybe it's the thing talking. Maybe one gone, guys. Maybe one gone already. Be interesting to know. So that is photo of the day on that front. And I think there's another photo of the day that we found quite interesting, guys. Quite interesting. You know, the president was talking, was talking during the energy conference there and expo about population growth and no room at State House and all these myriad intricate, nuanced things about the vice president having to go and try to improve the population. Vice presidents, he said plural, Mark Phillips and BJ, Papa Jagabat, gonna go and to improve the population. These were the myriad things they were talking about. And then we saw this photograph. This was a moment being shared by Irfan Ali and Dr. Richard Van West Charles. We saw this, folks, and we were quite, it was a light moment and we appreciated it. You know, we can be political foes, but even political foes can be civil. Even political foes can have a light moment. And what a light moment was this. But, you know, as I kept thinking about some of what Irfan Ali said during this conference, and I saw the next photo, I started to get worried. Guys. Take a look at this. I want to know what was happening here. A certain song came to mind. When I saw this picture. Take a listen. Yep. Close. The guys are gonna give me the thumbs up, but close, very close, very close, very close. Y'all like song, no? Y'all can't be like the old days and just watch a picture with no song. It has better meaning with song. Do the guys have the song ready for us? They were so close. They were so close. Take a look at that, guys. Let me pull it up again. So close.
All my troubles when you get close to me. Prove to me, maybe you can prove. Close to me, darling, you get close.
Yep. Close. Tune. Somebody said tune. That was the song that went through our head, folks. Moving along very quickly. That's the song. Close. Folks, that was just a light moment. Between Irfan Ali and Dr. Richard Van Charles. Moving along on the fight, guys. Spotted. Look what we see. We say this is a segment. People got a little notoriety, they're a little famous, infamous, what have you. But spotted, we saw. Oh, wow. We saw Tamika Marshall at the expo, guys. Tamika Marshall was out there at the expo. And I think she was celebrating her birthday as well. You know, our very own songstress, Tamika Marshall. And I think she was celebrating her birthday sometime this week as well. And she was out there. I think she was part of whatever concert was happening there, whatever entertainment was provided for the delegates of the Energy Conference and Expo, our very own Tamika Marshall. And I think Tamika lives overseas now. I'm not too certain. But it was good to see her out there looking really good, folks. Really dressed it up. Close to me. Looking really dressed it up. Now, this is somebody. All right. Moving along, guys. That being said, our guest is already here. We want to hasten on. Hope y'all know y'all three steps, you know. I'm like butt on the dance floor. When I finish, I rub out all my moves. Think I want y'all follow me? You think I want y'all follow me? You can't stunt me, you know. Just like that, I could cause it. Just like that. Good to see Tamika there, though. Nevertheless, moving on in the fight card. Respect and manners. Our very own, the Lady Jaguars, won against Dominica in an international qualifier quite recently. This is our very own Lady Jaguars. They played right here at in Region 3, the stadium there in Region 3 at Lenora. They were victorious over their Dominican counterpart, and we want to say respect and manners. 4-0. Our girls performed well, folks. That deserve a share. 4-0. What more y'all want? Eh? How much better you want them to perform? Give us a share for that. Come on, guys. Give us a share for that. 4-0. We want to see the emojis as well. Y'all know how we roll here. We want to see the emojis as well. We want to see those shares. We want as many people to celebrate the Lady Jacks as we are doing. Respect and manners. Y'all let them know we said that. We said respect and manners. And this was them taking the victory lap after the match, and they had won that decisive victory 4-0 over their counterpart, their Dominican counterpart. And that, guys, is compliments of the Guyana Football Federation. That little insert there. And again, kudos to the Lady Jaguars who won that decisive 4-0 victory over their Dominican counterpart. Moving on to the fight card, some things happening locally, guys, as we come closer to getting our guests on. And I want you guys to know that there is a Farmers Day market in Linden tomorrow. Those of you who are in the area there, and you can drive up for it too. and support this initiative here. The theme is grow local, buy local, consume local, and they're gonna have a lot of products there. It starts from 6 a.m. and goes all the way to 3 p.m. and it's going to be at the Wisma Market Square Farmers Market there in Wisma, Linden, the Wisma Market Square. And again, lots of produce are going to be on sale there. Moving along quickly, swiftly, guys, I really want to talk to my guests this evening. And here we are at the main event. We're going to be talking with Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan this evening about the Energy Conference and Expo and, some of the things that were discussed there this week, what perhaps resonated with him. You have the protest happening also on the facade of the Guyana Marriott there down in Kingston, 4th Street, Kingston. Lots of persons were out there. Were you there? Folks, we got to move sometimes off of social media. Boots on the ground. Would have been good to see more of you. I saw quite a few of you, but would have been good to see some more of you there. Folks, with that being said, I want to welcome my guest this evening, the one and only Mr. Khemraj Ramjattan. And here is Khemraj. Khemraj, welcome. A very good evening to you.
Hi, Sharad. Good evening to you. Glad to be here. I was at the oil conference this afternoon with Ricky.
Fantastic.
Had a
Khemraj, if you can just lower your screen a little bit more for us, I want us to be all right. That's going to do it. A little more down. I want to see a little bit more. That is going to be perfect. Thank you so much, Khemraj. We had all of these foreigners here, dignitaries, investors trying to get a piece of the pie here. We had Mia Motley, we had Nana Addo, the Ghanaian president. We had Chan Sanchoki from Suriname, all giving some very, very good presentations there. But the ironic thread through most of them was the people must benefit. The people must benefit. What did you make of all of that?
Well, those are extremely sound messages coming from foreign heads of state. And it is surprising that that did not come from the local head of state and all the other leaders around him that made speeches. What is important and significant in that regard is that the outsiders literally are advising this administration that you got to make your people happy with that oil wealth. And that, what we see happening by our local leaders as against these foreign leaders, was they making a set of people, and it is the business people and upper, what we call the bourgeoisie. The PPP is well aware of that term. They're the ones, and foreign investors. So I think there is a need for a balance between the foreign investors coming in, but also ensuring that the riches that will flow from this oil sector also be distributed to each and every Guyanese, so that at least everyone is going to be comfortable. And that is not what we see happening today. And to that extent, then, the foreigners were doing a far better job. And I think the cartoon in Stabrook is showing that they're fan holding on to the barrel of oil, whereas Mia Motley and the other leader making yes, at pains to state that this must be for all Guyana. They know the difficulties that we have here. Mia Motley is an extremely well-read lady, and I'm absolutely certain, although I don't know much about him, the Ghanaian president, and they would know the polarized state we are, the discrimination that has been happening here, and the whole host of other things. So being also the Ghanaian president, also one who knows a thing or two about oil, and having a country with the experience of a big oil sector, they would know that you got to get good governance. Important, very good governance, and where everybody's consulted. And that is why, as a big deal, we had to make it public that in such an important conference, you ought to have gotten your opposition members at least invited to the thing, at least they in the first day, the opening ceremony. I remember giving the main speech on the last one that we had because President Granger was indisposed. And we had invited all the opposition members to all the opening ceremony and also the other panel discussions, and we even included them in panel forum. And so they were there, all of them. We now had to buy our $5,000 tickets just to go and become look around in the stalls with all these oil firms and the other businessmen that managed to pay the very high prices. I understand the minimum price there was about $650,000. I understand. So to just have a stall at the Marriott. So it was more or less something that was not broad based. And that is why a lot of comments in the press and the social media that about this criticism that it was too exclusive. If you want Guyanese to be there, you got to reduce that price, $5,000 per ticket. I mean, I don't know if it was COVID or what it was that caused them to increase, to bring that price that high. But I don't recall us doing that in previous times. But the important distinction I want to make is that you want investors to get a handle on how the opposition is thinking. And the opposition is not against the oil sector. We were the ones that brought it on. If we hadn't signed that production agreement, all of this you would not have had.
And we'd have been suffering even worse.
Yes, right. And so we did what we had to do with all the considerations, very merited considerations, and we did what we did. A lot of people cussing us that okay, it's just 2% and 50% profit share. The trouble is that because of the largest now, a lot of them could cost me. And as I have said, when you're doing an agreement with other considerations, geopolitical, and also a fear of how early the green movement will want to do away with fossil fuel, you have to sign an agreement as early as possible. And so to make the place de-risked also, all of those are invaluable, if you understand.
Yeah, yeah.
Very, very valuable considerations that we had to. And then Venezuela was giving us trouble. But I've saw some people like the Kaichon News saying that I'm wearing the thing as a badge of honor, the worst agreement ever. Well, it's the worst agreement that has gotten everybody so big eye now, that wants to control the thing, that wants to bring in businessmen and ensure that that thing, which is now going to attract so much foreign investment, they want to exclusively control it. You know?
Khemraj, one of the personalities that I think loomed large at this event was Barjagdio, the vice president. I think Mark Phillips, the prime minister, has been now just been reduced and appendaged, and go invest as well. And we have that infamous interview where Jagdio says that he has an open door policy. It seems as though he is a one-man government and he alone calls all the shots. But looming large over this oil and gas event with these big contracts that they're going to enter into is what have been dubbed locally as Sugate. And where, contractors have been accused, the allegations are out there that they have to give big money through middlemen to get contracts. How do we reconcile, big oil production, the bonanza cash, and then the corruption that seems to be so endemic with the PPP?
Well, corruption being endemic with the PPP is a well-known thing. Even prior to 2015, we had the Perception Index of Transparency International, even our local writers on the thing, like Anand Gulsaran and a whole lot of others, Christopher Ram included, and so many others, even Taran Khemraj on those days also, were making the point. Apart from we politicians, I was a big crusader against the anti-corruption drive, and but they are inherently like that, and that is because Jagdeo has taken charge of the PPP.
Control freakism, you call it.
Yes, control freakism, and he does not want to consult. I mean, look, people like Vikram Bharat, who is the Natural Resources and Petroleum Minister, He should have been there, a young person playing a larger role. But you have this domineering personality in Jagdeo who wants to and is serving his third term. I mean, I don't have to repeat this myself all the time. That is what he is doing. He is serving his third term, and he is taking charge of that commanding height of this country, now the oil sector. He had taken charge of that, which was the sugar, and he brought it down to its knees. It has now become a black hole. We now sign up an agreement in 2015, and he gets so much money now, he wants to take charge of that. But as I have said so many times, and a lot of people not listening to me, in every country that got a two-term limit constitutionally for the presidency, this presidency ought to have gone, that former president ought to have gone his way. But he has now literally taken charge. And the president, Irfan Ali, who is but an instrumentality of his, is exclusively just doing his bidding. He should not have been the dominant force there. But that is how he wants it to be. And then he goes and make a speech and talk about democracy and development. Well, he feels that democracy is exclusively winning an elections. That's not the case. Democracy means winning of an elections, free and fair, yes, they are now there, but it also means ensuring good governance from the period of winning to the next elections. And good governance means ensuring that everybody is included. And in a big oil conference, which started under the APNU AFC coalition government, you have to now, you don't want to involve a large percentage, the 49%, half of the population. I thought it was, a humiliating thing. And to then get people also telling them, please listen to your people, know where the monies are going to go, ensure that there is consultation, ensure that there is a broadening of democracy and all of that, and inclusivity. I hope that they are listening, because these people are diplomats. They are not going to go explicitly and say, well, you're doing stupidness, but they are going to say it in a diplomatic way. And I think both the Ghanaian president and Mia Mottley was saying exactly that. Plus Santoki. Santoki gave a very good speech there. And I am very impressed with what they said. So it is something that we really have to get started into the head of the other PPP leaders apart from Jagdeo, because he is an overburden over that party now. And that is why they just can't come out. They can't blossom. Like I used to say, he's a banyan tree. Nothing grows underneath it. And so to the extent then that we have him being so dominant, all the other fellas and players are going to be de minimis. And so he's going to be like, the god. And so everybody's going to say yes when this fella talk and so on. But that is not the correct thing. A lot of things are happening wrong right now. Corruption is rampant. And that is why today when I went there, I spoke to a lot of the businessmen at the stalls. And all of them are telling us, and you must understand this, Sherrod. They're saying that we have to be there, we the opposition, watching with eagle eyes how they're doing these things. Just like how the other day, they're saying that how they're going to use the Enmore factory to do value added. We now understand that they sell out the blasted thing. And it is a machine shop now. And this is the wrongness of it. Did they auction it off to get the best price for it? Why is it they're saying at the debates that they have a strategic document in which the Enmore factory, packaging plant, is going to be something that they're going to utilize and enhance and spend more capital on? Next thing we hear that they sell it out. I have begged them, and you remember in Parliament, Zulfikar indicated to me, tomorrow I'm going to give you the strategic document.
Yeah.
The strategic document.
Still waiting.
I don't know if they have one or if they're lying about it, But the whole point of it is that something that the European Union gave us in the tune of about 10 million euros it cost for them to help in bringing back the sugar industry, because we had to go value add it. That is one of the reasons why we right size. We right size that, yes, we got to go value added. But now an asset to ensure value added has been sold off. And, this kind of selling by the PPP, rule of thumb, generally are questionable. And
Yep.
they
But
used to cuss us down. Why you don't go and
Khemraj,
do auctioning and this and that and whatever? What's happening now? And that is
talking.
why I think not only the three leaders said what they said, but also even before that, I think the British High Commissioner made a comment that is consonant and consistent with what the three leaders said, even prior to the opening ceremony there.
Khemraj,
So,
you're talking about deals that are questionable, the auctioning off of these resources that we have here. And here we had on the eve of this International Energy Conference just last week, you have this revelation of this interview with Vice Media and Isabel Young and the allegations that were put. You have had a pretty successful career as an attorney at law, as a politician, and you have a tremendous gut instinct about this. When you hear these allegations, what do you think? You think they have their
well, I must
veracity
say,
to them?
Mr. Jagdeo performed very badly. If he was in front of a jury and the jury had to make up its mind, I think the most negative of minds, they would have, the conclusions would have come up with the most negative things about that. The stuttering and, he really susui pans their body.
Who's
And
who?
and it is terrible. And here it is, you got information from a very important media house, Vice Media. Vice Media, I think, and the girl with
Yes,
some important, they call her, what a long documentary
journalists.
journalist.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And very sound, beautiful questioning. She is an expert in cross-examining. If she was an attorney, that would have been an excellent piece. And she managed to get it out of him. And that is the reaction. This thing is terrible. And the opposition certainly are going to ask for a police investigation into these serious allegations that have come out in the public. I am going to await also when that girl is going to bring out her documentary, because I am absolutely certain that she would have had Sue on video or audio saying all the things that she put to Jagdeo. And so it is not, of course, there is a little respite now, or a respite now, in view of the fact that the oil conference is going on. And of course, Mia Motley indicating he's a bigger brother and all kinds of things. So he's getting some kudos. In the Caribbean, yes, he was a senior leader. I think after Patterson from Jamaica. So fine, she's commended him for being that. But she has to know the other side too. And I hope that somebody sends her this Sugate tape, and also that tape which the young girl is going to come out on Vice
Vice
Media.
Media,
Yeah,
Vice
which is
News.
going to be
Sometimes,
worldwide.
and as you said, May Marty said quite a number of things, where we should be heading, how we should be treating ourselves as a country, and how we should be moving forward together. So maybe she already has a good inclination about what's happening on the ground. I want to play for our viewers and for you, Khemraj, part of what she said and get your reaction on the other end.
But I believe that your country, Guyana, our country, Caribbean country, Guyana, has endured much, And you cannot move from being a highly indebted poor country to where you are today without being given the opportunity, one, to bring along your people who have suffered the indignity of that poverty for decades, but secondly, without being given the opportunity to participate globally in discussions that will affect your ability to manage the development of your people. And I trust and pray that this conference will trigger that international conversation. Thank you, and God bless.
And let me give you
Wonderful.
another insert Khemraj, just before you come in, let me give you one more.
Be transformative. But before I get there, I want to just offer one comment on this issue of local content. Because I've heard too many people, particularly from the private sector, complain regionally and internationally, and not just about Guyana, but in every country, in our own country, about the need for local content. The day that we do not provide opportunity for our citizens who participate in active citizenship, of being able to benefit from the patrimony of our country, is the day we sow the seeds of destruction of our nation and invite disruption. We will have difficult conversations as well in CARICOM, and we must. But those conversations recognize that in every country there are even regional and local conflicts and disagreements. And it is our duty to be able to smooth that over, but to ensure that at no stage as newly independent countries of the world do we leave our citizens as tenants in their own land, but make them owners of all that they must survey.
There are disagreements, regional and locally, but you got to smooth things over. Don't become tenants in your own land. Khemraj, your thoughts?
It was a serious, serious message. And it is a message that rose into the morality of the leadership of the Caribbean. We will have our conflicts, just like how we have our conflicts in Guyana and within opposition and government and all of that. But we must smooth them over. We must also ensure that all the persons in the land are not made tenants, but are made owners. What she was trying to tell them there, not only PPP, people are a class of businessmen who are friends. I noticed a lot of clapping. I noticed some frowned faces too in the front seat, because we know what she was getting at. You check back that front seat. I noticed Ashni wasn't smiling. I noticed a couple of them ain't smiling. Well, some of them I couldn't see because they had on their mask. But those unmasked you could see. But that is the message that you had wanted from the president. That is the message that you had wanted. Why do you wait until Amir Mockley does that? My message in the last conference, where I gave the main address, because I said Granger, Mr. President Granger, His Excellency was indisposed, was that, look, we sometimes do not know the path we have to take, but it must be an inclusive path. But in walking the walk, we are going to create the path. And by walking the walk, in view of almost no experience in oil before, we simply have to walk the walk. But whilst we are walking the walk, we must also take into consideration what has happened to Venezuela, what happened in Nigeria, what has happened to Ghana, what has happened to Trinidad and Tobago, what has happened to Norway. With that experience, we must move forward, and we must utilize the best experiences, knowing now that this is our walk. These are the things that were appreciated. I'm not blowing my own trumpet here, but even the very senior leaders that came on that last press conference indicated that, that is true. We are going to, in this walk, reach a lot of hurdles, but we must learn to overcome them. And when overcoming them, we must not jump first because we are big leaders and leave the entire followership at the back there. We got to move with them. We must not only be in front, but we must be at the side and at the back also, leading and pushing, as against just pulling and running away. And I believe that message should be played and replayed to the PPP especially and its leaders, so that they could get that message. It must not be only some will be owners and a large set tenants. It was a telling comment, and I'm glad that a lot of people there appreciated it and roundly applauded her. This Prime Minister of Barbados is an intellect beyond her years, and it's beyond our time. She understands climate change. She understands economics very well. And she understands her people. She's a genuine leader. And that is why she did
Yep,
the polls
yep.
that she did.
And
Um,
talks a lot about global strategic leadership
Absolutely.
that we must be part of in this conversation that we heard her talking that must happen internationally, beginning locally, is to position us for that global strategic leadership. But I want you to take a listen, Khemraj and viewers, at Nana Akufo-Addo, the Ghanaian president, in his admonition to us. And then I want to get your reaction at the other end, Khemraj.
And Excellencies, to ensure energy sustainability, it is critical that we balance carefully social, economic, and environmental benefits in a continuously changing world. No energy project, therefore, no matter how high its return on value, is worth it if the interests of some or majority of the stakeholders are not properly represented and they're left impoverished and dissatisfied. In this regard,
Your thoughts, Khemraj? Your thoughts?
Again, wonderful. Citizens come first. And also, as he said in the very first sentence there must be a balance between the economic, the social, and the environmental. The ecological, as I said in my budget parliamentary speech. This is about the best time for Ghana because economically we will be the richest country per capita in the whole of America. But it is the worst time too because of the ecological challenges. And I think the Ghanaian president was hitting the right button there. And that is why in the parliamentary presentation and our AFC statements in it, you got to balance these two things and ensure that, you don't wildly cut down your mangroves. You don't go and do policies that are going to bring in emissions to even get higher and more dangerous levels and all of that. Although we're not going to reach there because, of course, of our virgin forest in Guyana. 80% of Guyana is under forest. But still, we have a big role to play in that regard. But he ended it by saying, citizens must benefit. And that is one of the reasons, again, knowing that and knowing these considerations, we asked for $100,000 minimum wage for Guyanese. What's the use of, saying that we're getting so much money, 605 or 7 million US dollars this first year going into the budget, and we can't get a minimum wage for our people of 100,000 Guyana
Yep.
dollars?
Khemraj,
Yes.
Khemraj.
That's right. And look, it is terrible what we got here in this land as against what came from those leaders. You know, because we know the cronyism of the PPP. They're going to make their friends and family and so on and their favorites very, very wealthy. They must also know too that those people that are going to be wealthy, they must be taxed. This thing about not wanting to tax the rich so that the poor can have a better day, we could understand now because we got the oil money there. But you do not go and lessen that revenue stream that creates discipline in how the businessmen produce their items by going and literally giving them a day that they then get indiscipline and they then become not competitive like against other Caribbean people and producers and so on. They must understand that these are the limitations and you just
Khemraj,
don't give them free lunches.
exactly. In addition to that, Khemraj, Trinidad was noticeably absent from this energy conference and expo. Trinidad has vast experience in oil and gas, noticeably absent, and the politicos and the pundits have been saying there's a rift between us and Trinidad that has been caused by this administration. How are you reading the tea leaves?
Oh, there certainly is. There certainly is. I believe the Trinidadian the Trinidadian Prime Minister, after we passed the local content legislation, did make a remark, which was then, taken out of context completely by one of our ministers here. And, he said that we should get out, or some businessman very supportive of the PPP government, say, well, we should leave CARICOM. These crazy things. And I rather suspect, because of the fact that the Prime Minister said what he said, the Prime Minister of Trinidad, they just didn't invite the man. They want to play powerful now, and they got their friends and so on and favorites in Trinidad who helped them in the last elections campaign with huge sets of funding and so on that they got to pay off, and those people don't like the Trinidadian Prime Minister. So there is a little tiff. Don't feel that there isn't, because if it is one country with that experience that you wanted to share here, it would have been Trinidad.
Yeah.
They didn't expect, that they call Santoki and they call Miamakli, that Santoki and Miamakli is going to put a lash on them and talk about citizenry and not everybody being
Active citizenship. Yeah.
Exactly.
Active citizenship and global strategic leadership, Khemraj. Khemraj, I want to thank you for spending this time on our program. I'm certain, like me, the viewers have valued your insights and your contributions. Thank you so much,
Thanks
sir.
very much, Sheridan. Glad to be here this evening.
Awesome. Guys, that's our time tonight. That's our time. We have thousands of you guys still watching us. We're a little past program time. We want to encourage you to share the live stream so that others can get the valid and credible information. Janet Edwards. Share the live stream, guys. Thousands of you are watching us. Come on, guys. Give us a share. We want as many persons as possible. If you leave it up to the PPP, you think they go on to get this information out there? You think they want to get the international community to really know they got a Jambilash in their own conference? From these guys who said active citizenship, the people must benefit, not just friends and cronies. 500,000 is the lower end to pay for get contract and then madness. You think they want to play this on NCN? You think they want to play this on DPI? That's why we got a responsibility, guys. Each and every one of us, Royston, Melville, and Odwin Lake, Amanda Daniels, to share the live stream. Guys, do that for us. Do that for us. Among anything you can do for us, we encourage you guys to share the live stream. We want as many persons, guys, to get the valid and credible information. Come on board as well and partner with us. We got several platforms available. That is what keeps the light on. That's what keeps the program going. The programs, whether it's the morning program, podcast, the evening program, credible sources, it is what you have done, what you keep doing for us, guys. And so we encourage you to come on board, to partner with us. We got PayPal, we got Zelle, we got Cash App, we got MMG, available via Western Union, via MoneyGram. Come on board and partner with us. You want to help, you want to come on board, you have something to contribute, guys. You want to WhatsApp 627-6963. That's our MMG number, 627-6963. But more than that, give the program a share before you go. Smash that emoji button before you go, guys. That is what is important. It helps the program to get into the timelines of other people, your friends, and so forth, so they can benefit as well. Their eyes can be open to what is happening and how together we can move this country forward. This country don't belong to PPP. It don't belong to APNU AFC alone. It belongs to all of us. And together, we got to sit around this table and we got to decide how we going to move this country forward in the interest of all. We are active citizenry. And again, you heard Mia Motley, you heard Nana Akufo-Addo talk to us about what we should be doing, where we should be going, who should be benefiting the most, the people. And that is how we're going to move this country forward. People first. Put the people first. We got to put the people first. And that is why we're out here every day, folks. You know that. Over a year now, getting you the valid and credible information. A woman called us just today and she said, thank you. She said, information to the nose tip. We have done our job. We're doing our job. And we want to continue to do that. And that is why, folks, we've been asking you guys to come on board and to partner with us. We know some of you going off to other shows, other places, heading off to work, heading home from work, in transit somewhere, in a subway, you're in an Uber cab somewhere around the world. It might be cold where you are, but we want to thank you guys. It might be warm where you are as well, like it is here. But we want to thank each and every one of you for spending this time with us. Touch our hearts, guys. and share the program for us this evening. Share it back to your profiles. Send a link to a friend on WhatsApp. Share it back to your pages if you have that. Share it to a group as well. Lots of you are in those groups. Do us that favor. You might not be able to contribute because things tight where you are, guys. But certainly you can share the live stream for us. We want to thank you. That's our time this evening, guys. Find a way to come on board and partner with us. Again, the number you want to WhatsApp is 627-6963. That's our time, guys. That's our program. Great having each and every one of you with us. Round 12. That's our time, guys. Stay safe. Stay safe.